Everything has led to this. Everyone, we are live in the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, with the last SOW Ignition before World Record. And we are getting started. First off, just want to say Bia Quinn looked absolutely stunning tonight. Probably getting her match on overclock, but we are starting our actual in-ring competition with a couple women who shared just a teeny bit of this. You could say.
You certainly could say that. We're going to start with, obviously, as many people are aware, these two have been at each other's throats multiple times here in the company. A lot more animosity was originally coming from Sombra's side than Maria's. Maria always seemed to be relatively chill, but lately it's become clear she's a little frustrated herself. And now she started taking that out on her old rival. I don't know if you were watching High Gear a little bit ago, but Maria came in to interfere in a match between Adashko and Sombra, and by assaulting Sombra, inadvertently caused Adashko, another person she's had some issues with, to lose the match.
Yeah, Maria just seems to be picking a lot of fights right now. I don't know if that's just frustration with her own performances as of late, but I guess, you know, she's going to a familiar foe to, in her eyes, I guess, reset herself with an easy victory.
Yeah, I'm sure she does think that this will be a very straightforward, simple win. I mean, she's beaten Sombra before, Sombra's beaten her before, but we know how that feud originally ended in the cage with Maria, with like 20 pile drivers she did. It was brutal. I don't know if I really want to come back and see that again for Sombra for the future of her career, but she's never been one to back down from a fight, so we'll just have to see how she handles an angry and truly impassioned Maria Ramirez.
But, you know, like, kind of thinking about Sombra, like we said, you know, Maria is not happy with her performance as of late. Sombra isn't either. She's not happy with her performance. She's not where she wants to be. She wants to be competing for championship gold, and she's not right now.
Well, she only, as we've said in the past, only had one opportunity, and it was a little spoiled by interference on both sides. So we don't know what a fair match would have looked like.
I mean, we do, but we don't.
Well,
right?
we definitely, we don't. There's no way to know.
I mean, we can make some educated guesses.
I mean,
you know,
her and Bia haven't had as far as I'm aware, have not had a one-on-one singles match outside of that title shot.
So they just, oddly enough, stayed completely apart.
Yeah,
I mean, 6 months.
It made sense when Bia was champion because she wasn't really facing anybody, but even since she's lost the title and come back, sort of, not really, she hasn't so much to come near Sombra. I wouldn't say that she's avoiding her per se. I mean, I don't know if she cares enough to do so, but it is just a little odd.
But, you know, despite all of the, I would say, punishments that Bia has faced in terms of her rankings, you know that there's a lot of women on this roster who want to get their hands on her because, God, the 1% chance they beat her could do a lot just for their popularity, let alone their standings within SOW. But last time Maria got in the ring with Bia Quinn, she got her head ripped off.
Both times, actually.
Yeah. It's not ended well for her.
No, Maria has not had a good time facing off against Bia Quinn. The Bitchmaker Lariat does do the job. I mean, you can't completely discredit it unless you're against Kimura Aiko. It's pretty much put everybody she's hit with it away.
Good power slam there. Sombra showing a lot of that that low-key hidden strength she has. Maria Ramirez is not a small woman. She's very bulky. She's very powerful.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Sombra is able to just throw her around. Like, it never ceases to impress me. Like that suplex there, though Maria does get up first.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot out of Sombra to do those lifts, and if I was her, I'd be, if I was her coach or in her corner, I'd be telling her, hey, stop ego lifting. Win the match. Focus on what you know you have over Maria, which is speed and striking power. You know, with kicks specifically. I don't know if she can outdo Maria with the punches. But yeah,
If
just
she
like
did,
this.
though, that'd be crazy.
I mean, absolutely. I don't. And there she gets just whipped out of the ring by the top of her head. Oh.
Oh.
Some of that old bad blood coming back in. She brings in the sledgehammer.
In the ring. What the? I was just gonna say, is she baiting her to the outside, but no.
And she sets it in the ring on the side. You gotta keep an eye on that. That kind of stuff can always come back later in the match. It's a huge risk to do in any kind of matchup, especially against someone like Maria Ramirez, who would be more than happy to use those tools to her advantage as well. Sombra up top, we have just hit the 10-minute mark in this match, misses the elbow drop, but manages to counter. I'm not sure if Maria was going for a powerbomb or if Sombra was going for a spine buster. Either way, managed to flip Maria to her back. And Maria's got her up in the choke, that standing chokehold. May not get the tap or make them pass, but always seems to cut off a bit of their, we'll say, offensive abilities for some amount of time. Yeah, oh my God.
Oh my God. Sombra is letting the frustration really kind of show itself here. This is not a no disqualification match, despite the fact that someone I would not expect to be getting weapons is grabbing multiple and putting them in the ring.
Well, Sombra is, she has some measure of hardcore history. It's not like she never fought in these kinds of matches, and she's never been a stranger to them, but obviously, like you were just mentioning, this isn't no disqualification, so I'm not sure what she's thinking here.
And oddly enough, Maria not taking advantage of the weapons in the ring, because, you know, like we've had happen famously across SOW, if you happen to fall or get thrown onto a weapon that's in the ring, the refs won't DQ you for it because it's their responsibility to clear the ring out. So if they don't get it done, shit happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to see these weapons in the ring probably the whole match. Because as far as I know...
The way the action goes in the ring, when does the ref have a time to clear it out?
Oh!
There you go.
Onto the head of the sledgehammer. That could be it.
Her ass out.
Oh, but she manages to kick free. Maria does not look happy, stomping on the hands.
Strike exchange breaking out really close to that pane of glass.
Maria with a rolling punch, though, seals it and goes for the cover immediately.
We've been doing that kind of cocky pin this whole match. It's not really worked out in her favor, though. She's trying to put more weight on Sombra, but I don't think there's actually enough leverage there to keep Sombra down for a 3.
Maria was taunting the crowd there for a moment. Sends Sombra into the ropes.
The goal here. Both women kind of struggling to stay focused during this match.
Now, punishment coming out from Maria Ramirez, slamming the head of Sombra Altissima into the mat. Sombra goes up top, misses the elbow drop again, and gets caught with a camel clutch.
She's going to bank her back.
Goes back up top, and she's stalking. We know where this leads, the Nightshade! Into the covers, got her tied up.
She's out.
But she kicks out.
Wow. Kind of a powerful kick out there, too. That wasn't like a 2.999. That was like a 2.1.
Yeah, right before the ref even lifted the hand to go for the 3. The Nightshade has put away a good number of opponents here, but not Maria Ramirez.
They know each other too well. Oh, things get a little spicy now next to the glass.
Just avoiding it for the time being. Goes for a pin. But not enough.
Actually,
wait a minute, the body cross again!
Somehow not shattering the glass, but now look at this!
Oh, I think I see some cracks.
And I was gonna say there's definitely some cracks in that glass from the impact of that last one. There it goes! Completely falling apart the rest of the way.
The weight of the 2 on top of it as that submission hold was in. Likely the cracks, you can see a bit of a cut on the forehead of Sombra as she stalks again. Is she going for Nightshade for the 2nd time? She packs Maria up again, but oh wait.
Oh, she kicked out, but that left arm was, I think, clearly under the ropes there, but just out of view of the ref.
Yeah, I think the ref needed a better angle there. I saw the same thing as you. Sombra's still trying to fight her way back into this. Or I shouldn't say that, Maria's trying to fight her way back into this. Sombra's trying to put an end to this.
Yeah, Sombra's kind of had a lot of control of the back half of this match. I would say it's not that Maria didn't expect it, but I think Maria expected that already secured the win by this point.
Well, there's a counter from Sombra, the Cazadora roll through into the stomp to the chest. Sombra tossed to the ropes, chopped down. And now Maria's gaining back the legs. We know she can take people out with the calf crusher. Sombra quick to get back to her feet.
Oh!
That could do it. I mean, that was just that was a hell of a punch, and yes, Sombra!
Yeah.
Out! This is a knockout blue.
Knockout right hand. Oh, wait a minute, and she's not done. She's not satisfied.
My God, the hot shot driver! We're gonna have to get security down here to break this up. All right, well, it seems like we've got one of the matches we have scheduled for world record. The representatives on what I would say the heroes side. Meiji Kaito, though no Kurata accompanying him. I believe they're supposed to be out here together. Maybe Meiji decided that they should both get their entrances.
And they aren't a formal tag team, so I could believe that.
Yeah, I could too. Meiji.
This is a one-night alliance coming up this Saturday.
And that is shown, and it does make you wonder, can they, if they're only in a one-night alliance, can they pull it off? Can they actually beat Last Will?
Can they coexist?
I mean, I'm sure they can coexist. It's just like, they do both have a lot of experience in tag teams, including experience in tag teams with people who aren't, dedicated partners, but when you've got a well-oiled machine of a team like Last Will as your opponent, you really don't want a makeshift tag partner. But again, obviously one half of the Destined Saviors, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and then Meiji Kaito, one of the greatest singles wrestlers and tag wrestlers of all time. It'll be tough to count them out, too.
You could say that Death Row as a whole has hit a stride here in Season 2, much to our dismay.
Yeah, they've been doing almost nothing but winning, which is incredibly frustrating. I mean, they're obviously supercharged. Last Will was incapable of claiming the tag team championships, but outside of that singular blunder, it feels like Death Row has been on top every time they wanted to be, whenever they were banded as a group. I think the only times that they've been able to be taken down is when they were picked apart or sent out one at a time.
So they've lost a lot of singles matches to Aaron, but I mean, besides that, not many marks against them.
Even when the numbers aren't like in their advantage, when it's 3-on-3, 4-on-4, they seem to come out on top. Meiji and Kurata are looking, it sounds like, to teach some respect to the younger members of the group.
Don't know if that's possible.
We'll have to see.
Oh,
nice. Okay, so that rounds out a few more members of the Grand Prix. We have had 4 announcements. These announcements will be all... Oh, no. Well, speaking of the younger members of Death Row, here they come now, it sounds like.
I thought it would have been strange if they didn't answer.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping they wouldn't. I'd have liked to have a day where I don't have to hear the music of Death Row at all, ever. Any number.
Well, we were destined to hear them anyway, because you have to remember...
Oh, they're in the main event.
Aaron sent in his Champions Edict for tonight's main event. It'll be Last Will versus Meat.
You're right, he did. He was unable to be here today to give the decree, if you will, the edict in person, but he did send it in ahead of time, and he's decided that Last Will should be taught 2 lessons this week, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. Aaron's been very busy doing a lot of media appearances here around Toronto, and I think to help him get ready for his match against Death Panther, it probably is for the best that he's not here tonight.
Yeah, he's gonna need... Let's just say he's going to need a lot of mental training for that. That is not an opponent you can come in with anything other than a completely clear and focused mind against.
That being said, if Aaron pulls it off,
that'd be huge.
He might have overcome Death Row.
I mean, there's no other weapon that in their arsenal you could ever call upon. Like that's got to be the upper echelon.
At that point, Kevin Daniels himself would be sweating, but we'll have to see. Wow, okay.
Well, as I was saying before they interrupted us, we now have new entrants for the Grand Prix announced. We had 4 before. We're actually up to 8 now. So the Grand Prix, the SOW Summer Grand Prix, we've got ZC Woods, Bray Windham, Dallas Taylor, Castor Lipton, Meiji Kaito, Kurata Hideaki, and then Elijah Lee.
I wish we could say we're seeing someone that we wanted to talk about, but unfortunately, now we have to deal with Avery Edwards, who, let me just say, I am astonished that Hera, after what he did last week, has put him in a match that could possibly benefit.
I don't know what he has. Like, I don't know if it's Hera or the board, or if there's just somebody backstage that, with some influence, that really likes Avery Edwards. You know he's not signed here, right?
He's a free agent, yeah. I mean, you know, now people have access to a lot of the same data. Yeah, he's not on our roster.
No,
he is. FA's next to his name, free agent.
He's literally, he comes in here every time wearing that stupid ROW shirt. Not that I hate ROW, mind you, but it's just, you're here in SOW. Why are you wearing another company's merch?
Right. What's crazy is that he's not signed there either. He's literally a free agent. He's working wherever he wants.
Yeah, I mean he's been doing that at least with ROW. They're like an indie, so a lot of their guys are like that.
Right.
For them, it's probably Tuesday. For us, it's like, dude, sign with us or go away.
Yeah. I mean, he's going after championships now. This is a SOW National Heavyweight #1 contenders match. The winner will face El Rey de Guerra on Saturday.
And speaking of, you know, you gotta wonder. I mean, this is El Rey's first title defense, and it could be against. I mean, it will be against one of these two. That's two big names to have as your. I shouldn't say first, but as one of your earliest title defenses. This is his first pay-per-view title defense. Let's say that.
Yeah, it's his first big title defense. No offense to Jay, but getting one of these two as his first pay-per-view challenger is, as much as we don't like Avery Edwards, it's a big deal. And it's a lot of this talent did not even approach or challenge Caster when he was champion. So now it makes you wonder, are they already viewing Ray as a guy they think they can go ahead and beat?
Or is it that they well, I mean, for Steve, it's likely just like he wasn't here. For Avery, he was champion until recently. Remember, Johnny King beat him for the ROW World Heavyweight Championship on the 12th of April. So it's been 66 days that he's been without a belt, and he's probably feeling like he wants one. Whereas with Caster, when Caster was champion, I should say, Avery had spent most of that time as an ROW World Champion. And of course, Steve Levy was busy with other obligations, other contracts. We don't know how he would have felt about facing Caster. So you could say that there's possibly that they see Ray as an easy competitor, or you could say that they just didn't have a reason to go after Caster, and therefore there was no desire to face a man like him when there's nothing that you need from him, you know? Uh-oh.
I also don't think Caster is the kind of man, good God, who would have entertained challengers from outside the company.
He wouldn't have been happy about it, that's for sure. At least not most of them. There might, maybe there's some people in JPW that he'd have loved to have faced.
Yeah, but he wouldn't want to defend against them outside of crossover shows.
No, probably not. I do know, however, just a little bit that I have heard some rumblings from backstage that there's one man in particular that he's been trying to get them to bring in. And that is a man who was competing in that global Ironman openweight tournament. Saiki Hisao. He's one of JEBW's best mat technicians. And Caster has been wanting to test his mettle against him for quite some time. Even before SOW started, Caster has been quite vocal about wanting to have a proper match against Saiki Hisao. So, I don't know when or if that'll ever actually happen, because we have to get JEPW to agree to it first. But I can imagine if anybody from that place was somebody Caster would be willing to have defended that title against on any show, that would have been the only one.
More than likely. And now, these two guys in the ring, I do believe they have history predating this match outside of SOW, don't they?
They have a lot of history back in ROW. Steve Levy has only been around for, just about, I think, what, 8-9 years or so, something like that, which is, not a short amount of time, but not quite as long as Avery Edwards, who has been around since 2007. But it's they've in their time in ROW, they faced off, I think, about 35 to 36 different big time matches, title matches, tag title matches. They've had a casket match against one another, which is crazy that an indie company was able to put on one of those. Usually you don't see that.
Not cheap.
No, not at all. So you know that had to have been a blood feud for the company to have been willing to put that through. But Avery Edwards and Steve Levy both have a solid title history down there in ROW. Avery Edwards having the longest title reign with like 35 successful defenses, 1,099 days, is the only title reign in ROW for any of their belts that breaks that 1,000-day mark. And then Steve Levy, 770 days. It was quite, probably, honestly, outside of Ryan, two of the most prolific ROW champions in ROW's history.
And now here they are, crossing paths in SOW, fighting for a shot to compete at one of our biggest shows of the year.
And for one of our championships, our national heavyweight championship, this title with the most, some might say, prestige overall, just due to the reign of the previous champion, 238 days, 7 title defenses. In this company's short history, that is a big deal.
And Pastor, with a run that I don't imagine will be repeated for that championship anytime soon.
Well, not unless you're willing to risk losing it before you get the cash in, yeah. I can't imagine too many people are confident enough that they would be happy to just not ever take the cash in. Short arm lariat there from Avery as this match is getting necessarily, I mean, it felt like it was starting to get more intense, but now it seems like Steve has managed to slow things back down. Starting to work the legs and the back.
Force him to run some cardio like he is right now.
Drop toe hold again. Wrestling circles around Avery for the time being.
Series of punches there, headlock, but now Steve's the one sent into the corner. Uh-oh.
Set up top, this could end badly. He's got him with a belly to belly. Sent him across the ring with that one, but both men back up. Short uppercut there. Enziguri step up. And Avery looking to catch his breath. Can't be too shocked having seen all of the times. Ooh, the elbow drop lands square to the chest. That'll take some of the breath he just regained. Right back out, and there's an elbow drop. What was that?
Did you just kick out at 0?
Pretty much, yes. That was
that was a pin attempt.
That was a final, I was gonna say, it's like an elbow drop style final cut into a cover. And it didn't even get a 1. Hung off the ropes. Slides to the outside and uppercut. Now the chokehold applied.
Steve is not happy, not even getting a 1 count after all that offense.
Well, he's got to know that it takes more than that to take down the European Dragon. Resilience is this guy's game. And here we go with an exchange. The short elbows coming through for the European Dragon. Multiple big kicks to the back. First the face, then the back of the head. Tries to catch him in the headlock, gets sent to the ropes. Passes by. Runs off the ropes himself with a punch to the face of Avery Edwards. And now a chin lock applied.
I say he's really making Avery get his cardio in today during this match. One way to wear someone down.
Well, Steve is very much pulling out the wrestling classics in this. There's a catapult.
Ooh, that was a gnarly landing there.
Absolutely.
The European Dragon. Waves off medical, though.
Yeah, see, he looks fine. He's taking a breather outside, and Steve took one in the ring. Doesn't look interested in following Avery to the outside here, which I can't necessarily blame him. Steve Levy does often bring that spiked bat, that barbed wire covered bat, to the ring with him.
Right there.
And, Avery was standing right next to it, basically. I can't imagine things would have gone well if Steve had tried to get out there. Series of uppercuts, keeps picking Steve back up. And once again, sent to the ropes. Blocks the move. Gets caught with a series of punches.
20 minutes gone.
If we've hit the 20-minute mark in this match, it feels like it is still in its early paces. Neither man can seem to get a leg up on the other.
remember, I mean, that national championship will be defended no matter what on Saturday. So if these guys run out of time, I would imagine it will just fall to the highest ranking person on the roster who isn't already booked in a match.
Yeah,
So, like, going to a time limit draw, I don't think that's going to benefit them here. Someone's got to try and go for a win.
I think currently that would just be Jay Wukong again.
Which, you know, I couldn't really argue against. Him and Ray have great chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good match last time. Wukong making a good argument for Workhorse this year. 17 matches so far.
That's nuts.
He's just been wrestling, man. Ooh, big lariat there from Steve. Sends him off the ropes. Spine buster into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, just
So
barely.
close. Now seeing that offense pay off. Oh my God. Whoa, sit out. Powerbomb from Avery Edwards. He's not done. Off the ropes.
Big boot into the cover.
Agitated him.
But he kicks out before the 2 even is fully called. You know, Avery's frustrated seeing that. That was a huge series of moves to not even get the full 2 count.
These two guys definitely not fans of each other the way that they are finding ways to kick out that most people would be knocked out cold from.
We got a nice
A 0 count, a 1 count, like that's not things we often see here.
especially not this late in the match. Elbow drop into the cover. 1, 2, kick out at 2. There's a European uppercut again, sends him into the corner. Back elbow, super kick.
Oh!
And now he's setting him up. He's got it aligned. And it's the Draco Smasher. That could be it. No.
Oh! We're
Steve-
not done.
Steve Levy kicks out. Series of elbows. Draco hammer there. But still not able to get there. There's that driver. Lifts him up. Another hammer. But it's still not enough. He hits him. Bitter end. That could do it for sure.
Oh my God, it's not. It's not the end of
Oh
anything.
my God. Big leg drop from the top. But that gets a
Another
kick out
kick out.
too.
The time is becoming their enemy.
Bionic elbow goes back up top. Leg drop.
A leg drop, if you will.
And now locking in a sleeper. He's trying to put him to sleep here. And Avery manages to slip his way free. Boom! Draco Smasher to the jaw.
Ripcord style.
Oh, but
Oh,
the
what a
rope! He slipped through! Go for it again! Why is he waiting? Oh my God, he's wasting time. You don't have enough time for these games, man. You think it's over for sure?
Wait, do you think?
Oh my God!
Do you think Avery is just trying to make sure Steve doesn't get a match at world record?
Well, I was gonna say, I don't think Steve can stop Avery from getting there. But he survived that too.
That was the 1 minute call, I think.
It was. Here we go with the code red. No, even that can't get the job done. Avery picks him up. Wasteland.
Wasteland right there! But only a 2!
Jesus Christ.
10 more seconds.
I don't think we're getting a finish here.
I don't think so either, unless it happens.
Oh,
Oh, there it is! That's it!
he was going for that deadlift sit out. But
So what happens now? I mean,
yeah,
is
like
Jay Wukong going to world record or what?
he might be, because the only other people below him are like Cass.
I think we're about to find out.
Yeah, we're about to find out for sure. It seems like Hera. Not pleased, I'm guessing, with that result. We're trying to fill out the card here, and that's 2 nights in a row where the matches did not have the kind of finish that gives us the final match for world record.
I'm telling you, my gut feeling is that Avery Edwards was letting go of some of those pins. I don't think he was trying to necessarily get to a world record, but was trying to make sure Steve didn't get there either.
I guess when you're not signed SOW, you don't necessarily care as much. Huh?
So that's what we've been assuming here at the desk.
Well, I mean, that's logical. Usually if you have a draw and a number 1 contenders, neither one of you is the number 1 contender. I guess sometimes some companies like to do a weird thing where they say both are. Doesn't necessarily work that way for me usually, but oh.
But it sounds like it might work that way for Ray.
Maybe so. Maybe Ray is maybe Ray's
Oh, there
looking
it
for
is.
yeah, triple threat. I mean, how many national title matches have had more than one opponent on pay-per-view? It's got to be more than half of them, right?
Yeah, because Caster took a lot of pride in beating multiple men in one match. Now Ray looks to do the same.
Well, here we go with our next match. It is Chikara and Seiji Maeda taking on one another again. You can say there's a lot of old bad blood here tonight. Maybe setting some roots for what we're going to see after World Record.
It seems that way, but also, did you speak that match for Overclock into existence or what?
Look, man, I don't know. I promise you, I do not have any more sources than you at this point.
I don't doubt that. I'm just like literally said, man, Caster wants to face this guy, and then Harris like, so Caster, you want to face this guy?
I've just been, all I can say is I've been hearing Caster asked for that match for the past few months, and it just happened to come up. Just happened to come up in conversation, so I said it. I didn't think it was something that was going to get announced tonight. I didn't think Caster was going to be wrestling.
I thought he was going to be off the card. But, you know, finally, Hera's getting some sense. Because not only is that match confirmed, but I have it on official record that Gion Carey does have some sense as well and has confirmed Bia Quinn versus Nephthys for Overclock this Saturday.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much the whole card mapped out, because I can announce as well Disruption. I almost called it Dishonored. It's a video game, yeah. Disruption has announced another open challenge to happen on Overclock, and we're gonna have a very special dojo exhibition match. It's gonna be all 4 members that have been on High Gear so far of the SOW dojo. Liam Wayne, Pierce Larson, Quinn Cochran, and Isaiah Royce facing off in a fatal 4-way elimination match.
Someone has to win.
Someone has to win, and 3 people gotta lose. Well, that'll be all on accompanying the match of Shining versus Bangers, Nishikazumi and Hoshina Kimiko versus Do and Adashiko. That will be the pre-show that will lead in to SOW World Record.
It's kind of like a super preview show for the super card.
Right?
Overclock is stacked.
There's a lot going on. And of course, that match between Caster and Saiki Hisao is going to be the main event of the pre-show, which is a first for the exhibition matches, I believe.
I believe so, yeah. But this is probably this might even be the biggest one to date in terms of, you know, the time limit for one.
I mean, 30 minutes for a full exhibition is, we've just not had that yet. The longest before that was 20. And that was the pre-show to Supercharged between Aaron Payne and Caster. Caster has actually been on pre-shows quite frequently lately.
He's getting his matches in at least.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. These two are facing off in the ring against each other again. It just feels like, are they like just destined to do this forever? I mean, from what I've heard, neither of them even asked for this match. Hera just booked it.
I mean, yeah, that when you're on the card and you're both in kind of similar positions in the rankings, you're gonna have to face each other at some point, and it seems like this is that point. Obviously, neither one of them wants to. Yeah, neither one of them wants to lose this. They would both probably come out of it feeling pretty ticked off if they did. But both of them have had a win over the other in the past.
Now this match could go to either man.
There's that lifting suplex there. They're faced with an atomic drop, arm whip, pulls him away from the ropes. Lifting him back up, and then gets caught with a body slam.
Now, of the two of them, Seiji needs this win significantly more. Still staring down a 6.5 point reduction.
Yeah, that is. You know, he's in a pretty rough spot in terms of the reductions that he's been pushed under. Multiple title matches with a unfortunate losing streak in total. I shouldn't say streak, but you know, loss count going into them. Really did not do his ranking any favors.
No, despite the fact that now he's actually sporting a positive win-loss record, 8-5 right now.
He's been on a bit of a hot streak down there on High Gear. In fact, it was actually enough to pull him up a bit and get him a match on Ignition.
Takara not having a lot of that same success, entering this match with a 3-9 record. So now a loss here tonight would put him in double-digit losses.
That would be insane. Here's the famouser.
It'd be deserved. Let's just say it.
I mean,
I'll say it.
yeah, it's fair. But Chikara calls himself excellence under pressure, and this is, I mean, that's got to be the most pressure you can be facing coming up on double-digit losses. We'll have to see if he can live up to that nickname a little bit, or if he'll be assassinated by the Phoenix. There's a belly to belly, but Seiji shrugs it off. Setting Chikari up top. Oh, pulls him off the top, rolling into an armbar. Big move there from Seiji, who grabs the leg and elbows it down. He's working all the limbs here. And there is that cross-face chicken wing with the legs, but I don't know if the ropes were quite there. Maybe it might be my eyes were just tricking me, but ref did call a rope break.
A lot of times I just think that I'm misjudging what the ref is seeing, but tonight it just feels like, I know they get a lot of discretion, and sometimes it's just angles, what they see, what they don't see. There's been a couple times tonight where I feel like the ropes have been either grabbed or not grabbed. They've been called in the opposite way.
Yeah, that's I couldn't disagree. So I couldn't agree more. Jeez, disagree more. Wow, me saying exactly what you're saying.
You.
Yeah, you're. I'm saying exactly what you're saying, but I'm also going to disagree with you. Ugh.
If they're going to get their bad calls out of their system, I'd rather do it tonight than on Saturday.
I agree with that, 100%. Ooh, kicking off. Doesn't let him get in for any more. We saw that implant DDT into a guillotine choke earlier. Now we're getting a back and forth exchange here. Seiji was putting out his chest. And Chikara smacking away, knocks him to the mat. There's the dragon screw, takes Chikara to the mat. Seiji's back up. Chikara's back up. Chikara, another one. Famouser.
Oh no.
Another cover.
Come on, Seiji.
Chikara does not get the three there. There's an Oso Togari bomber. And once again, Seiji manages to survive. Suplexes Chikara out of the ring and is taking his time to catch his breath. Can't blame him after the huge impact moves he just took.
Exactly.
Oh, he's lifting him up. There's the implant DDT. Full send. 1, 2, 3. What? Oh my God, another Famouser. It goes for the cover again. That's 3 now. But once again,
oh my God,
Seiji survives it. A neck breaker onto the shoulder there. There's the atomic drop. Looking to pick him up. Double arm butterfly suplex.
wow, that was close.
Barely slipped
real
through.
Close.
Yeah, Chikara just barely slipped his shoulder up and through that hold. Wrapping around for the Boston Crab here. Wait. Oh, the Blue Thunder Bomb!
That move doesn't win matches.
Except he just won this one.
What? Oh, great. Now we're going to hear about this for weeks.
Well, that is a win for Chikara and an unfortunate drop in momentum for Seiji. Well, it is time for our next match here. It's going to be Pat Roberts taking on Eve Moreau. This is I mean, obviously it's the first time match. We haven't actually had that many Cat Roberts matches here. There's almost everybody she hasn't faced yet. But it'll be very interesting to see how the killer deals with the last bastion of the DDT.
Yeah, this is a match that I've actually kind of had circled since we got the match card delivered to us. I think there's some potential for a match of the night with this one. This should be like a good fight.
Well, I would hope so. I mean, both of these women have a good repertoire of just hard-hitting moves. We know that DDT from Cat Roberts is a dangerous weapon. Not many can kick out of it when she lands it in full.
On the flip side of that, if Eve Moreau comes out here, guns blazing, full power, she's also fairly difficult to stop.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't be fooled by her 3-5 record right now, because it's not a reflection on her raw talent in the ring.
Yeah, no, that is a reflection more so on the talent of the other competitors here in SOW than the talent of Eve Moreau. Because those 3 wins were impressive. And the 5 losses, those were against, some of the best we had. Most of them came either during the Grand Prix or against people who were in the finals of the Grand Prix. We're starting.
Eve, one of the original members of the women's roster, so Bia can't even claim that she chased her here. Eve was already signed at the time.
Yeah, no, Eve, like you're saying, one of the first 4 participated in the original Queen of the Hill Battle Royal. She was the second eliminated in the 4-person Battle Royal match, but she lasted almost as long as Bia and Aiko did.
I was gonna say, I think they all got to around that 50-minute mark, so that there's nothing to make fun of there.
Not at all.
It was a hell of a performance. She's been able to recapture that magic since. But, I mean, there's a lot of people who have big matches and struggle to capitalize on them. And Eve's still just trying to find her groove here in Season 2.
There's Cat duck under that big knee, but gets caught with the drop kick after. And like you're saying, Eve, she's looking for that opportunity to push through and start making waves towards either of the women's titles, because now there are 2. That's 2 different belts you have the opportunity to go after. And currently, Eve sits in the Women's World Title division. And that's probably where she wants to stay.
I would imagine it's where every woman in the company wants to be.
Yeah, I can't imagine why you would want to leave.
That being said, though, I mean, if she does continue to struggle, she will lose her spot, no?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, you drop low enough, eventually a reshuffle, especially coming after world record, I'm sure we'll have when we get the rankings update that Hera was talking about. We'll likely have a big reshuffle. We'll see how much impact that update to the ranking rules is. And what else comes with it? Because it could be a little stressful if you have some major reduction, and then this rankings update potentially could drop you a lot further down on top of it.
Yeah, then when you're Bia Quinn, you know, you've been essentially screwed over by this old system. And someone of her talent sitting at the dead last in our rankings is a crime. I'll just say it for what it is. It's a crime.
Bulldog into a bulldog choke. My favorite move in wrestling.
No PTSD there whatsoever.
No, you know, it's fine. I mean, I love when matches end in a bulldog choke.
Well, thankfully, Eve made sure I did not.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Sleeper hold applied. That one I'm okay with. A good classic sleeper hold is fine. It's just the bulldog chart's a little... I mean, don't get me wrong. It can look cool. I would just prefer if it wasn't the finish to every match I see for a title.
3.
It's like I'm sure your favorite move, the roll-up. You
I
would
don't
prefer
want to
not
talk
see.
about it. I do not want to talk about it.
Give up.
I couldn't help but hold my breath early in the night when Somber rolled up Maria.
Look, hey. All I'll say,
Give up.
sometimes a surprise roll-up is the most powerful move in all of wrestling. Unless you're women, then it's always the most powerful move in all of wrestling.
Gonna say.
Wait a minute, DDT!
Oh! Oh no!
Oh, okay, the ref just put up the X. We're gonna have to get medical down here right away. That landing did not look good.
What a tragedy here tonight. Oh man.
Alright, well, we've been told that Eve has suffered a concussion. We will have a little bit more on that later. But for now, we are going to have to continue on with the show. She is overall okay. No reports currently of broken bones or anything of that nature. So we're just going to have to go through concussion protocol with her, and then when she passes that, she'll be able to return to action. Hopefully. But for now, it's Damian Oxley.
The Trailblazer!
We're going to have to see what he has to say in response to FTL from a couple weeks back.
Pretty far up as an ass.
Yes. These are very fair points. Very accurate arguments being stated here.
I mean, that is very possible. He could have been challenging for the National Heavyweight Championship or higher, even.
I mean, if he didn't already have this match scheduled, he definitely could have been in that contention. He could have been in that #1 contenders match. Oh! Another contender in the Summer Grand Prix. Not to mention, we had another one announced just before the last match. What does that make? 8 tonight in total?
I think so. People are declaring left and right.
Well, we know Johnny King will be there too.
We don't care when you call our name. We don't care, we are just the same. We ignore the race and we ignore the fight. We need a miracle. Watch over there, it disappears.
All right, this is Ignition Champions Edict, the main event of Ignition episode 46. We have Maximum Effort Always Triumphs, aka me, taking on last one.
Can you tell we're excited to see Last Will again tonight, folks? I mean, how else do we set the stage for world record than having Death Row via Last Will get their asses beat by beat?
Absolutely, that is what I'm here to see. And then I'm also here to see the shortest tag team title reign in history, in SOW history, I should say. This Saturday, as Meat wins the tag titles.
And this is a perfect warm-up match for the challengers before they enter the barbed wire death match this Saturday at World Record right here in Toronto.
You're not a fan of that rule change, by the way.
It does not help Meat.
Not even a little.
It helps Trent Taylor with that.
I don't know what it. I mean, I guess Clint Cassidy's family has a pretty long history of those kinds of matches. Wow, man, I feel like they did that because they know that a regular one-on-one match against me is not going to go their way.
Hard to blame them. I mean, Meat officially formed and have been on an absolute tear throughout the tag division. I mean, there was a point where they went from one of the lowest, if not the lowest overall odds to win the World Tag 500 to making a super deep run.
Well, they took out the odds-on favorites by far, the Destined Saviors, in the tournament. Who gets to say that they beat the Destined Saviors in the middle of a tournament like that?
Not very many teams.
And
now they look to win championship gold. Of course, we have seen gold around the waist of one of these men. Mars Namor, the first SOW National Heavyweight Champion, with Swab Jackson chasing his first ever championship here in SOW.
Mars busted open by those punches just a moment ago. Very rough strikes.
And that was probably on direct orders from Kevin Daniels. The goal here for Last Will is not to win this match. It is to hurt Meat.
Yeah, it's to open up some room for the death match later on Saturday.
I mean, you're only looking at a couple days worth of rest between now and then, and all the media appearances, podcasts that a lot of our talent have been doing. You're actually not looking at enough time to rest up. So getting busted open early, less than optimal.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Less than optimal.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Less than optimal.
I think that's enough times. But Meat, unshockingly, relatively dominant in the early goings here. I mean, it's hard not to be when you're that size. Ooh, that was very smooth from Suave. He saw Elijah try to tempt his way out and caught him, tossed him just right over to the other corner, where Mars made some quick work of it. Elijah's now struggling to fight his way out, using wrestling, regular wrestling, to essentially delete the power that Suave Jackson has over him. But Suave managing to take back control. Something I was checking on, just out of curiosity. It wasn't just a one-time win over Destined Saviors. They really did eliminate them from the tournament because they sent them down to the losers bracket to begin with, and the Destined Saviors won through the losers bracket to make it to the losers final, where they faced Meat again and lost to them a second time. Now, of course, we know We know that part of that was due to the unfortunate injury of Judas Magnus, but it is still a record on Meat's book of beating the Destined Saviors twice in a tournament. The only team other than the Dark Crusade to have a win over them here in SOW.
And that's why everyone is rooting for them this Saturday. They challenge for those tag titles, looking to make quick work of Death Row, and God help us if they don't.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to say the least. Probably pretty depressing.
1, 2.
Here we go. Pile driver. Haven't seen Suave bust out one of those this early in a match in a while. Used to be his go-to tool for just doing some quick damage. And there's that heavy DDT. It's very funny watching Elijah try to fight back and just getting smashed.
Oh shit!
Suave.
Speaking of getting mashed.
Suave is not playing. Here we are. Spear! Cut him in half. This is over.
Like to even activate. Oh my god.
Damn. I had hopes. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Stealing Suave's own move and then trying to pin him off of it.
Mars didn't even entertain that.
Yeah, he knew. Well, I mean, cut play isn't active currently, but he knew. Even if it wasn't, he didn't look worried. Now Suave tags out.
Off by the fact that Elijah got back in the ring right away.
There is the full salvo. And it looks like they aren't done. They're looking to do a little more punishment, but oh, Dakari just catches his breath, gets his wits and his bearings, and oh my
Jesus.
God, folded him in half with an instant kick out.
10 minutes gone.
And that's 10 minutes. That means cut play is only now active.
Big strike exchange here between some big, meaty men.
These punches versus the uppercuts, the punches win out, and Mars slips behind, backdrop. Dakari still in it, gets caught with a spine buster, one arm spine buster. And now it's Mars's turn to lay in the blows.
Thankfully, he's bleeding, but he's not gushing at the moment.
No, it's just a couple cuts. It looks like maybe just a single small cut that bled a little, but it seems to have mostly stabilized.
Give up.
And here we go.
Give up.
And now it's Dakari's busting open. I think Suave was hoping to get him a double team. I don't think he's worried about the cut play. I don't think he's worried about Mars at all, actually. Oh, shit, but maybe he should be, because that was a hell of a brain buster from Dakari Oyet.
Oh yeah, it was.
Mars right back up, though, managing to survive. And Dakari, you see him roaring, he's getting fired up. Big uppercuts in the corner here. Dakari taking a moment to catch his breath. Catches Mars. Mars sends him off into the corner and, oh, lariat. Now he's set up.
Oh, it's his turn.
We know what he comes for out of this corner. It's that rocket impact lariat.
That's gonna use the cut play. Yep.
And then immediately Elijah comes in to break that up.
Give up. Give up.
And there's the repulsor kick. Massive deadlift suplex. Oh my God, that brainbuster again. This time managing to get the cover and Suave choosing to break it up. Can't blame him. And Suave was looking for something off the ropes, but the car slipped away, caught Mars, and oh my God! There's that backdrop again. A standing gourd buster. The Dakari out of breath and not really able to fight. However, he is able to keep Mars down long enough to try and catch his breath. Both men tagging out here. Oh, never mind. I thought Dakari was going to go tag. I think he should have. Oh, dodges, and there's the tag. Now the legal men are Elijah and Suave. Elijah running crossbody there. Catches him with a short arm scissors. Oh, and Suave is getting his revenge. Thunderball!
And that's how it's done.
And that's
Let's
it.
go. And now the challengers head in a world record in just a couple days with the momentum.
But that is all we have here for SOW Ignition tonight. Be sure to tune in this Saturday for SOW World Record. It's gonna be a big one. For right now, as always, I am your lead analyst, Devil D, here with my commentating partner.
Empty Punk.
And we are signing off.